All right, hey y'all. Hey, so I'm so sorry about that, y'all. We had to do a redo. Okay, so I hope this time it counts. Anyways, thank y'all for joining Mama Needa Life 2 podcast today, y'all. It is January 1st. Let's just say that.
Happy New Year.
Hello.
We made it.
We sure did, and that brought us to this episode. We're calling it. We're releasing basically our childhood trauma to open the new doors for us and enjoy our blessings that we have today. So as I always ask, can you please go ahead and share this live because you never know who needs to see this. And we're going to be talking about some juicy stuff today. You know, I normally don't tell people this, so I'm telling y'all today. So don't be talking about me after this live. I'm just going to say that.
No, for real.
For real.
Like, girl, you heard what she said online?
You know, hello. But for real, y'all, go ahead and share the live. And also, if you see the poll question that we are asking you guys, do you have childhood trauma? We want to know. We're releasing it today so we can move on with our lives. Like I was just telling you, Janelle, like, we're the next generation. Like, we the aunties.
We the aunties.
The aunties,
the uncles.
Hello.
We gotta do the cookouts.
Hello.
Like,
Hello. And I'm not even gonna lie, because we had one yesterday. I'm like, hold on, next year, baby, I don't know if I can do this.
We just said that yesterday, yeah.
Hey, you want to put it on here and turn it?
It's flipped from, yeah. I'm trying to get it
So
on
if you
my
want to
phone,
portrait
it's
live.
flipped.
Okay, so go ahead and share the live, y'all. As we always gonna give you time to go ahead and share the live. Again, you never know who needs to see this. Okay. All right. So, Miss Janelle, how was your New Year's?
it was good. I spent it with my boys. Drink a little, sun. You feel me? You feel me?
Well, was it white or brown?
It was white.
Okay.
I was on my Patron yesterday.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
me too.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I was on my Patron yesterday, and we just watched some fireworks and I chilled. And it's funny because I was telling my kids, I was like, listen, I know I'm getting old because back in the day, like Killian days, you would have found some party to go to or
For
something
real.
like that.
For real.
A jam in the heights or something. So, yeah.
But you went to bed.
I want to be
Right.
Okay.
Definitely. Happy New Year. Mama gotta go to sleep.
Right. Hello.
Listen.
How was yours?
Mine was good. I stayed home, sat under my table, ate my 12 grapes.
Your what?
12 grapes.
12. Wait, okay, what's the story behind 12 grapes? What
It's a
happened for
little
you?
TikTok trend. Like, you ain't see it?
No.
Wait, for real.
Really?
Like,
I ate my 12 grapes, honey.
So what did 12 grapes do?
Like, you manifest, basically. You manifest
Oh.
something for every month.
So
of
hold
the
on.
year.
month. Wait a
Hold on. So
minute.
we're supposed to be best friends, and you ain't even
Bitch,
say friend get the grapes.
I told you that yesterday. I'm like, bitch, I don't know about you, but I'm eating my grapes. You just, like... I'm not. She laughed. And kept moving. I'm actually, maybe she on for,
Oh yeah, let me say
But why grapes though?
I don't know, girl. It's a Spain tradition. I don't
Oh,
know.
I
okay,
need to go
okay.
to-
I need to I'm
Every
gonna-
year.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
basically, like, a lot of people who manifest, they manifest happiness, a relationship, or whatever you manifest is basically comes true.
I like
If,
that.
if you eat the 12 grapes within the time frame, like at 11, you gotta eat it by 12:01.
Oh, child, I'm late.
Girl, listen,
That's
I ate my
crazy.
12 grapes under the table.
That's-
Well, I hope you pray for something for me too.
I did. I did.
Like I said, y'all, thank y'all for joining the live. We about to get started, okay? And again, my name is Big Mish. We have Abby Naomi, and we got my girl Janelle. And hold on, because before I get into it,
What's good?
we need to get into the bracelet.
Yes, JC.
Hello.
Bangles.
For real, like I wanted to know what is the story behind it.
Okay, so the story behind this is I used to buy Alex and Ani bracelets all the time, and I was like, it was burning my pockets. Y'all know Alex and Ani bracelets is not cheap. So I was at work one day and I was just talking to my coworker, and I'm like, just talking about like saving money and stuff like that.
Right.
Also with the waist beads as well. I have them on the black and see, but and then my coworker was just like, you can make this stuff yourself, and I'm like, you know what? You absolutely right.
And you surely did
You
that.
are absolutely right. And then also, I noticed with Alex and Ani bracelets, they don't have nothing for us black queens. You get what I'm saying?
So I ain't gonna say nothing real quick. I don't know what that is. I didn't want to say that. I didn't know what it
Alex
was.
and
You know what Alex and Ani? So basically,
No.
they have like bangles. They have like different charms and stuff like that. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's like little girls who started like cycling like recycled aluminum and stuff like that.
From recycled material. Okay.
Yeah, and then they made like little bracelets and stuff like that, and it just became a big thing.
Got it. Okay.
So I was like, okay, let me just put my spin on this and put my black queens on here and stuff that is more relatable to, you know, us black women, us mommies and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much how it all started.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And her bracelets are really nice. I'm just gonna say that. And for a good price. You just say the cost of the other ones was a little expensive. So
yeah, they were.
They
were. But you know.
Okay. So we're gonna get into it, y'all. We're gonna be talking about childhood trauma, yesterday's troubles, like even if it's teenage, adulthood, we wanna hear about it and we wanna release it. Like we wanna let that negativity go. Or you know, trauma is different for everybody, so I don't want to say negativity because I know I've learned from the trauma that I've been through in my life. It helped me be a stronger person. So everybody has a different, you know, side effect from trauma. I'm going to say that. All right. So the first question I am going to ask you. Oh, Lord, child. See, this is why Mama Needa Life too. Because somehow, some way the questions got mixed up. So
that's fine. Just go listen.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and. Oh Lord, it's so crazy. Oh Jesus. Okay. Okay, so have you experienced any childhood trauma?
Yes, of course I experienced a lot of childhood traumas. I'll just start off with the first thing. When I was 7 years old, my biological mom left and went back to her country in Guyana, which is in South America, because a lot of people get Guyana and Ghana mixed up.
Right.
But it's in Guyana, and it's in South America. One day, my grandma, you know, she was the one who raised me, and I got a phone call, and she was saying, like, I'm at the airport, I'm about to go. And I'm like, I'm 7, so I'm like, where you going? Like, without me?
Right.
And she was like, oh, I'm just going back to my country, because I just need to get, you know, basically my shit together and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, you know, Mommy will be back.
Right.
Fast forwarding to middle school, Mama ain't here yet. And then I'm the only child. I've been the only child since I was like 9 years old, and my dad had twins and so on and so forth. So I pretty much had to fend for myself. Being that I was raised by my grandmother, we was in 2 different time brackets. You feel me? So I couldn't really talk to her about certain things or ask her certain things because she already had that mindset back to where she was. And this was a different time frame. So pretty much I had to learn everything on my own. Yeah, like it was just me out here.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it was just me out here.
So you're from Guyana?
My mom is from Guyana. I was born here in America. My dad.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, can I ask? Do you speak to your mother?
Actually, after 23 years, she came. I think like 3 months ago. She stayed with me for a while, for like a couple months, and we just rekindled. You know, talked about a lot. Listen, when I say we talked till like the sun came up, so it was just a lot of tears, of course, a lot of questions that I had to ask her because, you know, me being a mom, I'm like, girl, I'd never leave my babies. Like, I don't give a damn how hard it is.
Right.
You feel me? But everybody have their different, you know, reasons and, you know, how they have different outlooks on life and stuff like that. Right. So I couldn't really judge her on that. But I'm not gonna lie, I did before she came here. I was like, girl, like, you really left me here, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I really got that closure, and yeah, we talked about it, and it was beautiful.
I'm glad you got closure.
Yeah, you know, definitely a lot of closure.
Have you experienced any childhood trauma?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, it was like, I don't know about that, but it's so happy.
Me growing up, my childhood trauma, I would say the one that affected me the most was my dad, like being in and out of my life. Like, so one minute he'd be there, next minute I don't know where he is. And then my siblings, we all had different fathers. So like seeing their dad being around and my dad was like, where's he? So that was, that played a major role in, you know.
So you didn't get to have a close relationship with your dad as you?
No, I still don't. I mean, he tries, he calls, but it's just, you know, it's not like mom.
It's nothing like mom.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
What?
It's just not there. Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah. It'll happen.
I mean, I've forgiven it, but
no,
I don't think it's gonna be there.
Yeah. For me, my childhood trauma, like I had my dad and I had my dad and my mom. I lived with my dad majority of the time. But my mine is abuse with my mother. Having to be there to kind of see some of these moments. And just, like, you know, when another woman, you love a man and they hurt you. You know what I mean? And then it's like, it happens in front of myself, my sisters, or my brother. And, you know, that plays a major role as a child. Because for me, like I said, I live with my dad majority of the time, where he raised me. But my mom, you know, she was going through her things, you know. So me and my sister live with my dad, and my brother and my other sister live with my mom. So when I would go over there on the weekends, I would always try to be bad to get her to come in the room. You know, like, okay, if I do this, she got to come in here. So that way I can kind of save her from what's about to happen. You know what I mean? And I remember one particular night, it was late. And I tried to be bad that night. But he came late, so I fell asleep. And I just remember my mom crying. Like, I heard her. And me and my brother, we all drunk, because we shared a room at that time, you know, because we visit on the weekend. And we immediately ran to the room, trying to get in the room to help my mom. And here he is, trying to break us from getting in. So we're trying to get through the door. And he's trying to push us from getting in the door, like, I'm not coming in here. So my sister got her finger slammed in the door. This is my second to youngest sister. Got her finger smushed in the door. And I guess, I don't know, with that happening, he was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna let it go. So the door opened somehow. My mom came out. I remember my brother sitting on top of my mom. And the blows that was supposed to go to my mom was going to my brother.
Oh,
because he sat to protect her. And now I am standing there like, oh my God. So I run in the kitchen, grab a knife. I'm like, I'm about to stab him. But me as a child, I'm like, dang, like, if I stab him, do I go to jail?
Yeah.
Or if I stab him, like, I don't know how to stab nobody, really.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, here I am seeing my mom, you know, going through that. Like, nobody wants to go through that. You know what I mean? So that was just a bad, dark space. I don't want to say, like, because I was a child, so I knew what was going on. I'm not going to say that it bothered me every day. But as an adult, it did, you know, open my eyes to a lot of stuff like, okay, baby, hello, ain't no abuse coming on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like, we're not going to do that.
Like, zero tolerance.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
And guess what? The next man, because she did leave now. And I'm going to tell y'all a story about that too. She left with a vengeance. I'm going to say that. But the next man who thought he was going to do that, okay, me and brother, we run out the door. Yeah. At this point, we fighting because I'm old enough that we're throwing blows together. Right. And guess what? He knew we ain't doing it no more. I can't do that because the kid's going to jump on my head.
Yeah.
Okay? But that was a big, for trauma. And that's one of the things that was my trauma, you know. The next question I want to ask, do you think your childhood trauma affected you as an adult? If yes, how did it affect you?
Yeah, I think that it did because I had issues with, like, abandonment. Like, I will take on friendships and relationships and, like, try to hold on to it, even though I know they're not good for me. Like, I've experienced friends that, like, just didn't like me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I used to be like, this is my friend, it's my friend, it's my friend. They used to, like, pick on me, and I used to know, like, laugh and stuff like that. And I did look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, well, I don't understand, you know, why. You get what I'm saying? I used to go to my stepmom, my dad's wife. That's a whole different thing. But I remember calling her, like, crying to her, like, Mom, like, why they don't like me? Like, I don't understand. I'm the most nicest person in the world. They dress better than me. They got everything they want. Like, I don't have half of the shit that they have. So I don't understand what's the issue with me. And one thing I can always remember, she's saying, like, you don't have to have nothing that they have. It's just your aura, your energy, your vibe itself. People can hate on you or don't like you. And you don't have to try to force them to be your friend. Right. Like, you are your own person. So if they show you that sign, then it's time for you to move forward, because those type of people, that's scary. You know what I mean? I'd rather have my enemies show me who they are than my friends who really my enemies are not showing me. You know what I mean?
And you never know.
And you never know. Yeah. You never know.
That's what I learned. Even today, I'm like, you know what? Moving forward, if it's just that one little thing, I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. I ain't going to cause no big scene about it. I'm not going to dwell on it, baby. It's just 1 minute.
Yeah.
At this point. you know.
And I'm not gonna lie, like when I got to high school and I ain't gonna, like I came a long way, okay?
Yeah.
So if I would have peeped that, it used to get me so angry because I used to be like on go, like, girl, why are you in my face if you don't like me? That's weird. That's weird vibes. Like, why?
And they say your closest, your friends.
Yeah.
What's the saying? Because I'm trying to. What's the saying?
I know what you're saying.
Your friends be your closest enemies sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yes.
Until I, met my real ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think your childhood trauma affected you as an adult today?
When it came to relationships, yes. Like, you settle. It's like I had to learn what type of, different men. I had to learn there was these type of men, this type of man. Like, men will take advantage of you. I didn't have a father to tell me. So, like, growing up, it was like I would settle for what I know I wasn't worthy of. So, yeah.
And I feel that because, like, my dad, he's been in my life. Shout out to Kurt.
Yes. Yes.
He's been in my life, but my dad was going through his own issues. You get me? Mm-hmm. Like I said, I had a stepmom. Like, after my mom left, he married this lady named Tamika, and I commend her. Like, she was A1. But, my dad, men, they fuck up. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So
they learn.
Yeah. And, like, I guess that divorce or whatever he was going through affected him in whatever way. And we haven't had this conversation before. I should, like, talk to him about this. But it was just only me and my grandma. So, like I said, I had to learn everything. And then, like, when I dudes, like, I had to, it was their approval. Like, if you show me some type of, like, attention, I was like, oh, damn. Like, oh, he like me. Oh, he, you know what I mean? So let me just give him any little thing. You know what I mean? So, just, like, I was attaching myself to things that weren't for me. And I had to literally learn, sit down with myself, okay, Janelle, like,
no.
Yeah. Like, no. Like, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror like, girl, like, you wrong, you bad. Like, you don't deserve that.
Right.
It don't matter. You gotta move forward.
You gotta know your worth. Yeah. And not only that, you gotta let people know what it is. Like,
you have to show people, how to treat you.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that. I had to learn that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, like, I feel like being with my dad, like you were with your dad, I feel like he taught me to be too independent. Where I felt like, I'm like, I don't need you. I don't need you, bro. But I do.
But that's my problem right now, though.
But I do.
But that's my problem right now. Like, I'm so independent, but I do. But I want that.
Exactly.
I got that from my mom.
Yes.
I got that side from I used to, even past relationships, like you act like you don't need. It's like I don't need. I want one. I want a man.
I don't need. Right.
Yeah. I don't need a man. And it's like when I do actually give myself to a man. It's like I love too hard because it's like I didn't have that. So now I'm in this, damn, I done gave my, the independence side still there, but it's like I love too hard.
Right.
So now I'm settling for shit that I know I shouldn't be settling for.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah. I'm a little too independent, but I want the marriage. I want all of that. You know what I mean? But it's like hard to let somebody lead you when you've been led astray so many times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm still working on it.
And you gonna do it. We live and we learn. You know what I mean?
We live
and we learn. And I'm just gonna take a second, guys. Again, if you have any childhood trauma that you want to release today, y'all can write it in the comments, okay? And not only that, go ahead and share the live, y'all. Please share the live because you never know who needs to see this. Okay, so the next question is there anything you wish you could have done differently? And that can be, and again, this probably wasn't the next question, but yeah. But so we're just gonna go with the flow. Anything that you wish you could have done differently, and that can be during your childhood, your teenage, anything that you think of that you could have did different.
I wish I would have knew my worth. You know what I mean? Like early on. You know what I mean? Not settle for words. Like I want to see action. You know what I mean? I should have forgave my mom, my dad, even my stepmom, because I ain't gonna lie, I felt some type of way when she left, because I'm like, girl,
now you leaving me.
Yeah. You feel me? Girl, but forgiveness for real, because that shit follows you. Yeah. It does not matter the age difference. If you don't let that go, it doesn't matter if you have kids, you get married, that's still stuff that's what they say, what's her name? Erykah Badu, Bad Lady.
Bad lady.
Yes, like that's baggage that you carrying on. So me being 31 years old, I literally just like realizing like, Janelle, you gotta let this shit go.
Ooh.
Because it's affecting you as a person, as a daughter, as a mom, as a grandmother, as a sister. Like I have so many hats. I just can't afford to like keep all that's going on because so many people love me and depends on me. So forgiveness for sure.
Okay, so you wish you could have forgiven a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
And know my worth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. What about you?
My biggest thing, well, what I would have done different is if I could have learned to control my emotions better.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
If I learned to control my emotions and a lot of things that I went through in life, like I probably would have been
so much.
Yeah, way off, but yeah, I'm still learning how to do that. Still learning how to do it. But had I tried to learn earlier, I think I would have been where I need to be right now.
That's good.
I like that.
I like
emotion
that
because I do explode.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it in until it's like,
and that's a bad thing.
And then I let it out, and when I let it out, it comes out wrong, and then I'm the
like
crazy person.
On 1,000,
and it'll be like, oh girl, I changed, like me, girl, you changed.
Yeah.
You changed. But the moment somebody try me, it's like, girl, you not changing at all.
Yeah.
They
like,
you just booed.
like,
girl.
Okay,
Like,
exactly.
okay.
I thought you had changed, but no, this.
I did.
Like,
yeah.
But I go back, I fall back.
Like, for real, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, and I'll probably, like, just recently, I just got into it with, somebody that I love, and I went, you feel me? And I literally slept on it, and I had to pray, because, prayer works.
Yes.
And I had to put on my big girl panties and, like, step to him and apologize, like, I was dead ass wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, so that's what the saying was, like, I'm healing, I'm not healed.
Exactly.
Like, I'm still healing.
I'm
Right.
on the journey.
Yeah.
I'm floating along.
Yeah.
No, for real.
I want to say, like, I want to piggyback off the forgiveness that, because with my dad, it took me a minute, not a minute, because I forgive him, but he made me do something that I didn't agree with when I did it. You know what I mean? Because, of course, at the time, I was underage. I wasn't completely 21. You can just disclose the age. But he made me do something that I didn't agree with doing. Abort. I got impregnated. And I told him I went to church. I wasn't gonna tell my dad or my mom. I was gonna wait. And thank God. I mean, it's God working mysterious ways. But
yes, he do.
I wasn't gonna tell my mom or my dad, but I went to church with some friends, and they speak to when you go to church. They speak to you like everything that you feeling. You like, okay,
everything that you going through.
Yes,
like
okay,
God, I hear you. All right, you got my attention. You got my attention.
And that's exactly what happened. Because
Yeah.
as soon as I left, I went home. I'm like, Mom, this was going on, and she was like, I knew it. This, that, and the third. I just know. Soon as she knew, my daddy knew. I thought that that Saturday, I was going to the clinic. Literally, that Saturday. But I cried my eyes out because I didn't want to do it. And I remember when we were supposed to go to do it, it rained so bad. He couldn't find his keys. So I'm like, are these the signs telling me?
No, seriously.
Hello? And then the crazy part, I'm like, okay, as soon as we're about to leave, now you can't find your keys. And it's storming. And now today, I'm like, dang, because I could have had who knows what sitting here. That wasn't my decision. So I do have regret because I didn't have that decision to make for myself. But it's like I do respect my dad now for helping me because I don't know how my life could have been.
This shit is hard.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie, the same thing happened to me, and it was with someone that used to abuse me, with my ass. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I feel like, well, you didn't get to the questions yet, but
Right.
I used to fight all the time. But it birthed from there, and I was young. You get me? Because I just wanted love, and this man used to beat my ass, and I had friends who should sit down and watch that shit. And I ended up getting pregnant from him. And I told my dad, and my dad was just like, what you doing? Like, girl.
No.
Hold on, you having sex?
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And like you said, God working mysterious ways, I ended up having a miscarriage.
Okay.
So I didn't have to get an abortion or anything like that. You get me? But, I understand where you're coming from when you damn, your parents were like, you got to get rid of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we thank God for that because at the end of the day, it's hard. It's fuck.
Yes. And I'm in the game. I'm 32.
You know what I mean?
Hello.
So I drink to that.
Yeah. I get that.
I probably could have had a babysitter right now.
Yeah.
No, dead ass serious.
No,
for real.
For sure. But no, I was very sad. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm like I said, I'm thankful. But it's always that what if in the back of my head, you know, that
what life could have been. But everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? Like God already know what it's gonna be before it even happens. So you know, we just gotta take heed to what we experience and move on from that, and you know, try to find our calling.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Well, I want to ask. We kind of talked about it, but maybe we can go in a little bit more detail. If you could tell your childhood self anything, what would that be? Girl. I want you to tell your childhood self everything. Tell her the tea. Tell her the tea.
Girl.
Hello.
First of all, you her. 100%. It no matter who walked in or walked out of your life, you're still going to be her. You are strong. You are independent. You are literally a blessing. You know what I mean? Like, even though people will view you as one thing, you know who you are behind those closed doors. So you stay true to yourself. Yeah. You have to let people prove to you how they feel, not just by words, but by action. Action speak louder than words any day. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was just, my problem was my abandonment issues, and I just held on to people that I didn't need to hold on to. Right. So it just, you know, looked myself, and I had this conversation with myself before. I actually looked myself in the mirror before and was like, girl, like, what did you, stand up.
That is so helpful. Talking to yourself in the mirror.
Even affirmations, little sticky notes, like when you wake up in the morning, you see that, like, you know what I mean? You wake up and you get, like, you heard. Nobody can take that away from you. You know what I mean? So you're a good person, and just keep going and keep thriving. No matter who leave or who stay, whether it's your mama, your daddy, your sister, it don't matter. And just know that you're a good person. Period.
I like that. What would you tell yourself, love?
There's money out there. Go get it.
Paper chase, yes, sir.
Money, and you know, I grew up. I'm gonna say, you know, my mom did a really, really good job raising us. So we were raised, I didn't really have that phase of where I was insecure. It was more of my father missing in my life. So it wasn't really that I grew up in a bad, it's just money out there. You get what I'm saying? My mom would have, I probably say that's probably the only thing. My mom was a hustler. She ain't really, you know, she got her money. She made sure we ate at all times. Like, but to break down the aspects of money management, business, credit, and
credit, money management, discipline. Oh, Jesus.
You know, like, if she would have broke that down to, I probably would have, listen.
And that's what I think also, like,
I would have been so much further, like.
Yeah, I feel the same
way.
Why talk about credit, all of that shit.
Though. That's one thing I'm like, okay, we go to school, because at the end of the day, when we're going to school, you're basically training us for the real life to go work.
And they taught us everything we didn't fucking need.
Right.
We gonna waste their time to teach these bitches to fail. Like, y'all taught us absolutely nothing. We ain't use
all you
none
taught
of this
us was to know how to get up in the morning, to go to school,
and say the pledge of allegiance to the United States of a country and get fucked up.
And life is not,
it's just not nothing compared to it. Like,
it's not. They should have taught us balancing checks. They should have taught us
money management,
life insurance policies. You know what I mean?
I think they was teaching that when they taught us that, we were not
paying attention.
Yeah, because I remember where they said go get a credit card. I remember I had a class that said go get a credit card and break it. Like, and I was like, why would I go get it? And it was like at the time we were like, everybody paying attention to this, you know. So it's not. I wouldn't say they didn't, because some schools did. Because I remember that class. Go get a credit card and break it. And I'm like, why would I go get one and break it? At that point, I just don't even get one. But they didn't teach. I wasn't listening to why I should go and get one.
Right.
But, you know.
Well, maybe it should be a different way of teaching us.
For us to grasp the information that they're giving out, because at that point, we want to hear that.
And make it interesting.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Hello, put a football player. Put a dancer.
Right.
You know,
show us something that, you know.
That's going to grasp our attention.
Like, oh, you know, I want to be something like that when I get older. Like,
because a lot of things when I was growing up, baby, I wasn't worried, like, and that's going to lead me to what I would tell myself. I would tell myself, slow the fuck down. Slow down. Take your time. I was so in a rush to be grown.
Ooh, girl.
I was so in a rush. Like, what am I rushing for?
And now look at us, baby.
Like, take me back.
Go back.
Take me back.
I can take my baby.
Listen.
She be trying to tell me, you want to drive this car? Because I could get back there, you can drive it, and you can come make the food, and you can clean this house, and you can pay the bills. Do you want to swap places, baby?
Because we can do it.
We can do it. In a gypsy, okay?
Hello.
Listen.
I would definitely tell myself, slow down. I would also tell myself, like, you're it. Like, you're enough. You know what I mean? Do what you want to do.
Heavy on you're enough.
Do what you want to do. It's like, for me, I feel like as an adult too, I was the same as a kid. Like, with my, how can I say it? Like, trying to be closed in. Mm-hmm. I don't try to let a lot of people in, or I don't let people know if something's going on with me. I rather just dwell on it by myself. Mm-hmm. And that's not always healthy, because you consume so much things in your mind. It's like,
bad lady.
Hello. Release that shit.
Release it.
Let it go. Let it go so you can be healthy. Like, and then also, like, the credit thing, money management.
Credit, money management, checks and balances.
Hello.
Oh, Jesus.
But I started working at a very young age too, which I regret so bad. I would tell myself, don't work at that time. Because the youngest age I could start working, I started working. My first job was Cold Stone.
Yeah.
From that moment,
I worked at 15 Burger King.
But that taught me, I felt like I was living in the moment to get that money. Instead of thinking about my future. So I would say, like, again, slow down. Think about what my plans are for the future. Like, think of that plan.
Yeah, for real. Because when you were in high school, like, I was just telling somebody this the other day. I was like, girl, I didn't even think past 20. I don't even think I even thought of 20, like, when I was in high school. So it's just like, now that I'm in my 30s, I'm just like, okay, like, Janelle, like, playtime is fucking over with. Like, you need to get your shit together. You got kids. Like, you gotta get your house. You gotta get your career. You need to get, like, set shit together so when you leave this earth, your kids gonna be straight.
Yes.
And it's hard because we never knew that in the black community. We don't talk about, like I said, check balances, life insurance. Bitch, we don't even talk about therapy.
Right.
You know
mental health.
Mental health.
And it's so real. Men, women, we all got mental issues. I don't give a hell what nobody say. And if you don't got it now, it's because you don't went to therapy.
Yeah.
You don't went to therapy.
Yeah, because it was like, whatever goes on in this house stays in this house. You know what I mean? That's what we want. So it's just like, now that we're older and we have kids, it's like, okay, hold on, like, this ain't too bad. Like, maybe we could do this to, like, you know what I mean? To break that cycle. And that's that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to break generational curses because I want my kids to have better. And I want better for me as well. So whenever I do meet my husband or whoever it is, I am healed. I am ready to give him, you know what I mean?
Everything.
Yes, along with my kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. I love that. You want to go? Is there any comments? No? Okay. All right. So we're going to go to the next question. Okay. So do you think your childhood trauma plays an important role on how you raise your children today? Well, I guess you kind of already answered that question.
Yeah, because a lot of things happen to me that I make sure don't happen to my children. Like, you know, childhood molestation, stuff like that. Like, I'm like on them, like white on rice. I don't let my kids go to certain places. I don't let them. They haven't even spent the night outside the house unless it's like their grandma, their dad's house, or my grandmother's house. But all that spending the night and stuff, I experienced so many things. Like I said before, I had to learn on my own because I feel like I couldn't tell my grandma a lot of stuff because she wouldn't relate. Which I do regret because now that I'm older, I can talk to her about anything. Like, girl, that's how I call her. Like, she's like, girl, what's up? I'm like, what's up? What's he?
Right.
But yeah, I'm real hands-on with my kids, and then also, I didn't have a mom. So I know how that felt like my kids, they play football. Me and your baby play football together. Like, I'm at every game. I'm at every practice. I'm the number one fan. I'm screaming the loudest. Baby, anybody saying something wrong, baby, I'm ready to knuckle you buck. Because by my kids, I don't play. Because I didn't have that. I've danced at the church. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, all the way up to like my adult age. And like I remember like not having my dad or not having my mom there, and it was just my grandma. And I thank God for her. But of course, you know, you want your mom and you want your dad and stuff there. So I know how that used to feel. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I go hard for my kids.
And I told her, I'm like, girl, I commend you. I said, because you, like she said, she got two boys. So imagine sometimes we'll go to a football game, like our older kids, our older sons played on the same team. And she had to stay. It was one game. It was like we had a 9 o'clock game, and then you had to wait till 5.
5 o'clock, yes.
I'm like, girl,
all day. Yes.
We left and came back because we wanted to make the last game. Yeah. And she was still out there. Yeah. Baby, no. I would have been gave up. I'm sorry. Thankfully, you know, I rely on, you know, Yellow. Yeah. And, you know, other than that, I probably, if I had 2 boys and I had to be there, I would, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a lot. But, I mean, I do it with pride because when my boys grow up, I want them to be like, oh, yeah, my mama was there. Like, that's my mama my biggest fan because I am. Right. I am. I'm going to stand in that pain for you because I didn't have that for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, whatever you rocking, I'm rolling. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's me. I'm down for whatever.
Yeah. I like that. Did you want to add anything, Jax? I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. We got to tell them the story how we met because I'm always going to refer to her by her last name, but Ebony.
You said you prefer her by her last name. It gotta be CO.
Yes,
gotta be. Yeah, I already know.
That's what we met. Corrections. We want to save that for another episode, but I guess we can kind of. Yeah, we met at Corrections like in 2017.
Yeah, girl, 2017.
And I feel like it was meant to be because like we had to go do the drug test together. I didn't know her. And then we had to do orientation together. So before, when you get hired, when you go do that little sign in the papers, all that, we was in there together. Then we did our training together. Then we did our academy together. Then we had to change shift. Like,
oh yeah, that was meant to be.
It was meant to be. Ain't no way around it. Yeah, I'm always going to refer to you as Jax. Okay. So you kind of answered this question already, so I'm going to read it, but you don't have to get into it. Was there ever a moment when you felt like, you know what, I need to let this go?
Oh, okay. She did say, yeah.
You did kind of touch on that. Yeah. What about you, my love?
No, like she said, I came across a post one day. It was like, I forgot how it was. In order to grow, you have to forgive. And it was like, you know what, let me forgive. Like, I wrote my dad this long paragraph. Let him know why I felt the way I felt, how I felt, and this and this and that. Girl, he said, I'm sorry.
It's the way you... Wait.
Said, girl, I'm sorry.
Like, so were you expecting something more?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was. But I forgave, so at that point, it was like, yeah, girl, as long as you did your part, you good. You forgave, like...
Right.
Let it go. Like, I was good.
Okay. For me, I literally was driving to Home Depot. I wasn't going to Home Depot. I was going to Bravo. And I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, like I really got this mindset. And I think how I still got this mindset like it's about like if I'm a teenager or a young adult. When in reality, I'm not. Like the behaviors that I'm doing like with my money management. I know I can't just go spend money.
Oh girl.
I can't just go spend money. And it was a thing that I would just go spend and not thinking like, oh my gosh, like hello rent, groceries, kids need this, kids need that.
Like you spend a check, you get it right back. You won't make it back. That's horrible.
No, horrible thinking.
That's horrible. Spending money like you.
But that's what my mind was trained to do. So I had to literally wake up and reprogram. Like we have to reprogram our brains to think differently. You know what I mean? Like when again with the credit, like. Managing my money. I can't go out like I want. You know what I mean? Like I can't do, even though I'm going to say this, when I was a teenager, I did go to like, you know, parties and stuff like that. But my young adulthood, like in my 20s, I didn't do none of that. So right now, I'm in the moment where I'm like, am I missing something? Like, am I supposed to be doing that to get a feel of it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, am I missing that? And sometimes I do have that regret because I did have I love my children. Okay. But there's things that you probably can't do because you had to take the glasses on?
Yes, girl.
Because you came out the glasses like, hello. There's things that you can't really do anymore because it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
So
it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
I agree.
and you well, I don't want to say single mom, but because he is still there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I commend the dad and their family, but like, I mean, it's still hard at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You still gotta do stuff for yourself. You still gotta put your big girl panties on, like I said before, and make shit happen, regardless.
Yeah.
Because in this day and age, in this economy, it's messed up. Like,
It sucks.
yeah, and everything is so expensive. So it's just like, I was looking at a post the other day, and they was saying like people are still together who don't even like each other just to make sure they're paying the bills to get by, and I feel like that's so real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And it's messed up too.
Yes.
It has to be that way. Why do it got to be that way? It was not like that because I could have sworn like 2 years ago. I'm like, okay, this is not even bad. It's just shit easy. Then 2023 said, bitch, hello,
right after the pandemic,
flat me in the face. It's like soon as 2023 hit, it's like reality set in for me. Like,
yeah,
the grocery is not grocerying.
Listen, I just went to CVS today. I bought 4 things. I paid $50.
Four things. You was wrong for being in CVS.
All right, you're right. But still,
dang, girl, no ma'am. That's crazy. That's crazy. So the next question is going to be, what is your biggest regret as a child or a teenager? What is one thing that you absolutely regret?
That's a good question. Letting people experience me. Like, people don't be worthy, like, they don't be worthy of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, people don't be worthy of that.
Yeah. So do you think, are you doing it because that's what you want to do?
What you mean?
Because if you're doing something that you want to do, because you said not worthy of you, or are we talking about something else? Cause I got to love that part, and that's what I
like being my friend, like being around me, having my loyalty towards you, and you know what I mean. Some people I look back, I be like, ugh,
yeah,
girl.
Yeah.
Even a recent thing that was going on, I'm like, ugh,
yeah,
like, girl, why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, girl, no, like, no. So, you know.
But we live and we learn.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We live and we learn. And like you said, now you know, like, nah. Nah. What about you, my love?
I can't really, not going to college.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I went to see my dorm, everything. And y'all, the craziest thing, I was like, no, I don't want to go because I want to be with my boyfriend.
Woo. Listen.
Ooh. She said,
Lord.
Right.
The biggest mistake you can do.
I swear that's the biggest mistake of my life.
Listen, I had the opportunity to go to college. I had a scholarship, everything. I lived off campus. I went to Tallahassee, FAMU.
Oh, shit.
And I played, like, I had everything. Like, I had everything.
Yeah.
And I was in a relationship that was so toxic. And I was just like, you know, I need to go home. I didn't just go home. I need to go home. But like now that I'm older, I always say that's my biggest regret, not taking advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could have had your degree. Mm-hmm. You could have pledged, because I wanted to pledge so bad.
I see you doing that, yeah.
Like, I wanted to pledge so bad. I did join the dance organization, FAMU Elite Dance Squad. Shout out to Elite. But I didn't take it serious. I didn't take advantage of the opportunity.
Right.
Not knowing what I had. Now that I'm older, I'm like, damn, girl, you had it. You didn't have to pay for school. You didn't have to pay for your rent.
For real?
You didn't have to pay for nothing. And you played.
Yeah, damn, Fred. God damn.
So now, I'm going back to school now, and I have to pay for that shit, like, out of pocket. Like, that's coming from me now. But, you know, right. I'm willing to do that sacrifice because, like, baby, mama got to have a life, too. I want to live better. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
not about how the shit look on, like, Instagram, social media. Like, I want to live that for real. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I just wish I just would have taken advantage of that because I would have been way further in life. And I had the backup. I had the people to help me with that.
Support. I'm talking about I had everything, girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, I look back at it to this day, I was like, that's crazy how you do it. That's why my daughters, listen.
They got to.
They listen.
They got to. My son too, but my daughters, man, don't get into these little boys. Don't let them mess your head up, girl.
If you do, because they gonna do it. I feel like that was the issue with me. Like, I was being told what not to do and don't do it so much.
That made you want to do it more.
Exactly.
Like, girl, why are you saying that?
I'm gonna go do it. Like, once you just tell me, okay, you're going to do it, but do it this way. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to have your boyfriend, at least still go to school. Because that was, like, we all kind of got the same story, like, with the college. I did start college. Mm-hmm. And not only, I don't want to only say because at that time, me and him was dating at that time, too. It was part of the party now. But also the responsibilities I had as a sister. You know what I mean? Like, and my mind wasn't ready for it. I felt like I jumped in it as soon as I finished high school.
Yeah, I wasn't mature enough.
I was that fast money. I wanted that money. Like, I'm going to work. I'm going to go work at Cold Stone because guess what? I'm going to be working at Cold Stone for the rest of my life. And I'm going to have money. You know what I mean? Like, at that time, I'm thinking, like, I'm just going to get this fast money. I'm not going to go to work. I mean, I'm not going to go to college. Yeah. Now, I'm going to say this. Do I think college is a must-have for me today? No.
No, not in this day and age.
Right.
Yeah, you can pick up a trade and
make more
money.
You can make more. You know, I mean, I wish I would have did something at that time, but now I don't regret not going to college. Yeah. But I just regret not having the mindset. And also sneaking out the house. I regret that. I should have had my black ass in the house. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I guess the time that I was sneaking out, somebody probably was watching me sneak out. This particular night, thank God, because either I was going to be killed. I don't know what was going to happen. But I just know I was asleep. My window was unlocked because I'm sneaking out, being grown. Whew. The window opened and $1 slapped me in the face. A dollar bill. I had $1 in my window. $1. Oh, God. And you know how $1 is like a piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
It fell and slapped me or hit me, and I woke up from $1. My deodorant, everything that I had in the window was out the window. I looked and saw just a body, like, I see that it's a fucking adult, like a man standing right there with my window open. I literally jumped under my blanket. Started screaming to the top of my lungs. Like, I was so terrified.
Wow.
And I'm like, this person probably been watching me, you know what I mean? Waiting for me to come out or whatever the case. Or even if that $1 would never have slapped me. And you know how thin $1 is. Yeah. Like, how can I really wake a person up?
Wake you up.
It's okay. Girl, ever since then, no ma'am.
Oh, I remember the time. Listen, this is when Jams was in the Heights. Like, we used to walk there. It was about a power plant, whatever. And I was trying to. Go ahead. OMG. Go ahead. So I remember I had my shoes. I'll never forget. It was some high top black Adidas, girl. Okay. By the window, everything. I'm thinking my grandma sleep. Like, sis slept like a cat, baby. She heard everything. But Maya, she was snoring. So I'm like, oh, okay, I got it now. Mm-hmm. Girl, let that window up. Maya didn't even go. Like, I don't know what happened, but I didn't even go. And she was like, oh, you trying to sneak somebody in? No, baby, I was trying to sneak out. Baby, listen. Girl, I had my daddy telling my daddy, oh, she tried to sneak somebody in. I'm like,
no, baby.
Like, no, I was trying to sneak out. I had my shoes on the road. I had a whole outfit laid out, my Dickie outfit. I don't need, what?
Oh, you was fine.
The name belt, everything, girl. Just had my fresh perm.
Girl, that's so funny.
And that was, listen, I just picture me, back in the days when you walk to the gym. Mm-hmm. Let me hear that noise clap.
No,
I was ready.
For real.
Yeah. And then two people got shot that night, and it was like by a stray bullet. You know what I mean? So everything happens
for a reason. Well, I'm just gonna say thank you, Janelle, for sharing all of your positive insights, and thank you for the comedy. But we do gotta go, y'all. We did kind of go over, y'all, because we came in late. So we do gotta go. For the people that got to watch us live, thank you so much for watching us live. And if you could just share the live for us so the people that did not want to be sore losers, they can go ahead and watch it later. But thank y'all again. Y'all have a good day. And as always, I gotta get up to turn y'all. Bye.
Jeez.